everyone, today I am doing Junk Journal July UK prompt number 20, which is maps. So Junk Journal July UK is hosted by the Vintage Button on YouTube and is a collaboration between Facebook group Junk Journal Community Chat Room UK, Be Happy Stationery design team members and guest designers. So yes, Lindsey is the host of the Vintage Button and Sandra is the host of Be Happy Stationery, which is also a YouTube channel. I'll link those in my title. So maps. I like maps. I use them a lot in my journaling. If the journal will take it. You know, you can't use a map in every journal. I'm doing the Shabby Sheep one at the minute, and maps isn't really a part of, you know, I couldn't really use a map in that. The one I'm doing for Junk Journal July is the Hazel Herbology Kit, and that is by Be Happy Stationery on Ko-fi. All the links will be in my description box, and I am loving this kit. It's very versatile. It has lots of things in it to use. It didn't have any maps in it, so I found my vintage map book out. They're not vintage maps, they're pictures of vintage maps, so I'm not ruining any vintage maps. And I'm going to use a few of the maps out of there in my journal to show you how I would use a map in my journal. I do use them as backgrounds, they're great for that, along with music paper, book pages. Yeah, I use maps, you know, in the same sort of, I use them the same as I would music paper and book pages, really. But these are lovely. It's a really good book that I found in a charity shop, and I'm so pleased with it, with these. It's really lovely thick paper as well. So this is details from Mercator's Map of Japan, it says. Mercator's, I'm not sure, but yeah, that's what it says. So I really liked that it was round, and that's why I chose this one. So, oh, that'll make an interesting pocket, or two, maybe two pockets, we'll see. It's nice to have something that's a different shape in your journal. You know, it makes it, different shapes and textures are always interesting to have in your journal, aren't they? So I'm just cutting out some of these maps, and then I'll show you how I would use them in my journal. I'm not going to use that one at the moment. I wanted the round one, I wanted that one, and I wanted this one. And, well, I don't think I'm going to use that one either, if I'm honest. I might do, we'll see. But I've chosen these ones because of the colours and the shape of them. This one I'm going to turn into an envelope. And it's going to be really easy to turn into an envelope as well because of the shape it is. So it's basically a rectangle. It's a door, sort of the shape of a tall door, I'd say. A rectangle shape. So it's not, I mean, it's wide enough, plenty wide enough to make an envelope with, but it's not as wide as some of the other maps in there, which is why I chose it. So let's just check and make sure that it will fit on. Mind you, once I've folded it up, it'll fit, won't it? So what I'm going to do is fold it up like this. And then I I shall glue down both sides like that, and then I'm going to cut the top so that it's, I'm going to shape the top like this, and I'm going to use that side to make sure I get this cut the same. And then I'm going to fold that over like that, and you'll see that what's happened is, because I turned the map upside down, this is the way the map should be, and because I turned it upside down and folded that up, now my writing and that is the right way up both ends. So I'm pleased about that. Not on the front, but I would probably glue it to a page and then open it up like that. No, and then open it up and stick something in it maybe. Right, so let's glue that down the sides, and that will be my envelope made. You can also, you can also use a square piece of paper to make an envelope with. So if you have a square map, you would fold it. Now let me see. Have I got a square piece of paper? Here we are. To get your piece of paper into a square, you make sure that you fold it like this, so that the point here, so that the corner here is a point, like that. And then if you cut off the excess paper across here, you're left with a square. And to make an envelope out of a square, you fold up the bottom like this, so the points are in line. You fold your sides in as far as you want to. If you want to fold them past the thing, you can do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to fold them just past a little bit, past the fold there, like this, so that they meet in the middle, those two. A little bit too far, I think, but if they meet in the middle, that'll be great. And then just fold the top over. And you've got an envelope. So I glue down there and down there, and if you wanted to, you could tuck that bit in like that, or simply trim it off. Let's trim it off, shall we? Yeah, if I glue that, put a bit of glue on here like that, and a bit of glue on here like that, we've made an envelope out of a square of paper. And that's just to show you, if you had a square map, that you could still make an envelope, because it doesn't matter what size the map is, as long as you fold it correctly, you'll have an envelope. I'm going to use a paper clip to hold this into my book. I'm going to put something inside it, and what I'm going to put inside it is another map with, I'm going to put some plain paper on the back of it. I'm going to put plain paper on the back of this map so that it can be written on, and it will then become a, and this is a map of France, look, it says. A new map of France divided into 102 departments. Right. That's what it says on the map. So let's cut around here. And then I'm going to get my trusty ink out, my ink pad out. I'm going to go around it like this. I'm actually going to rub some onto it as well to make it look more, so it's more like the colours in the journal. Okay. And then on the other side we'll do a bit as well. I'm doing the corners right, so I'm going to round them in a minute. And get my corner rounder. There we go, we've got a nice little journaling card which I should pop inside there. If we wanted to, we could cover this with something because it is an upside down paper with writing on we're not sure about. So let's do that. I think some of this paper would, I'm not sure it's not really quite wide enough, is it? I wonder if I've got two the same. Yes, I have got two the same. So let's use these two because they have flowers on them. That one and that one. I'm going to glue them on like that and then trim off around there like that. So let me get my okay, and then all I need is a closure for it. So my idea for the closure is one of these bees to make it fit in better with our theme. So I'm going to glue the bee just on its bottom there. I'm not going to glue this top bit, just the bottom part of it. Like that. And then I'm going to pop it like that. Put it in the middle. And so when I want to close it, I'm just going to tuck that under the top there because the top has no glue on it. Like that. You can do that with anything. You can do it with a wax seal, with some heavy cardstock. So now that can be opened and closed. And then I shall use a paper clip to attach it onto a page in my journal. That's how I'll use that. I actually want it that way round so you can actually see the... So that's what I've done with that map. And then this one, I would glue it onto the page. So I could either glue it around halfway around the bottom like that, and then I can put things into it like that, and I could do a bit of decorating on it and everything like that, couldn't I? I could fold it in half and have it as an over the page thing, half on that page and half. I think that's what I'm going to do with it actually. So I'm going to fold it in half like this. I'm going to find the right page. That page will be good, I think. I'm going to put some glue in the crease like this, just a little bit of glue in the crease, not too much. And then put it over the page, and only over the one page, Jay, not three. And then glue that into position like that. And I can then use that as a tuck. Look, doesn't it work well like that? I can tuck cards into there like that. And I can do that on both sides. If you don't want to glue it down, you can always just hold it on with a paper clip. I like to glue mine on, and then I know the... And as I say, I can decorate that as well. So that's that one. That's the map of, it says map of Japan and it says China on it, so I'm not sure. And then this one I would glue on, I would either glue it on like that and use it as a pocket, so glue it on the three sides and use it as a pocket, or I would cover the back with some plain paper and use it as a journaling card. So yeah, so that is my interpretation of prompt number 20, maps. I hope you enjoyed that and got some inspiration from it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.